Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I am helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I am helping you break through your barriers and transcend limitations you may have. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. So on October 14th, 2023, we have a very special cosmic event. There is a solar eclipse in Libra. So the topic of this video is going to be what to expect for the solar eclipse in Libra, October 2023. So this particular solar eclipse is an annular solar eclipse. An annular solar eclipse is when the moon is at the farthest point from the Earth and the sun. So the moon appears slightly smaller than the sun in the sky, which makes it appear to be a ring of fire around the moon. So anytime we have a solar eclipse, these are big periods of transformation. And this particular solar eclipse also comes after the 10-10 portal, which we know that portals are periods of significant transformation as well. The number 10 in numerology is a karmic number of rebirth. 10 is a number of completion. In numerology, 1 is the beginning and 0 is nothingness, the end. So it symbolizes the rebirth cycle. This particular annular solar eclipse is a huge vortex of individual and collective transformation. So it will trigger your soul to keep moving forward in an upward spiral of expanding your consciousness. And as we know, the Earth is shifting in frequency right now. So when you have a 10-10 portal solar eclipse, we have a lunar eclipse, which will be coming on October 28th as well. So the solar eclipse is said to be more of the masculine energy, and the lunar eclipse is supposed to be more of the feminine energy, all about the balance, right? And speaking of balance, this solar eclipse is in Libra. With this solar eclipse being in Libra, we know Libra is all about balance, right? The symbol is the scale. It's going to highlight anything that is out of balance in our lives. So if you're someone that's a little more extreme like me, I'm an Aries, I'm actually the opposite of Libra, it will bring up areas where things are out of balance. Really think about what's out of balance. If you're feeling burnout, you're out of balance. If you're feeling a lot of emotional roller coaster all the time, out of balance. You know, what can you do to bring this back into balance? I mean, on a basic level, we could say, you know, how much energy are you giving to your work life, your love life, your self-care, right? And also your time to have fun and enjoy life too. You know, these are maybe your health, you know, it's going to highlight what's not in balance, you know, and it might trigger events to happen because it's an eclipse that are going to reset you back into a balance, a more balanced state. Whether you're going with it or not, go with the flow of the change, allowing the change. This is a time for surrender, of allowing whatever changes need to happen. I can say sometimes relationships are falling apart that are maybe keeping your life out of balance. Maybe it could be a job, maybe a diet, like maybe you're not eating well, maybe you're doing things that are not good for your health. Maybe your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual health, right? Maybe you're not connecting much to your divine self. Maybe you need to meditate more, right? Maybe you're not doing what you need to do to be calm. You're just constantly go, go, go in that masculine energy, which I find myself in a lot. And then you're not taking enough time to rest and relax and let things come to you. So it's a good time to really know what's coming up for you, what you need to bring back into balance. So during this time, solar eclipses, portals, anything like of that nature, could be a time where there's a lot of high energy. Or let's just say the energy can be intense for a lot of people. So for some people, it can feel like chaos and suffering and emotional upheaval, especially if you haven't done a lot of shadow work or inner work in general. But for some people, you know, some people do better with chaos. But there's also some people who've done more inner work and, you know, they understand the importance of grounding during this time and making maybe at this time taking a step back more from technology, connecting more with Mother Earth, doing what you can to feel centered and grounded. Meditation is key at this time. Grounding is key at this time. Going out into nature is key at this time. Taking a break from maybe social media. Taking a break from things that stimulate you too much. When you have a lot of stimulation during any of these portals, or eclipses, you can feel like overstimulated. That's going to put you way off balance, and it can really put you in a high state of anxiety. So especially if you're someone that struggles with anxiety, and have a lot of energy. So like I said, keeping the balance. So we could even see, I mean, not to put fear in anybody, but, you know, this could also be world events. Could escalate if we don't find inner balance. You know, our outside world is a reflection of our inner world, right? So when we find more balance, when we're all connected, the more we can find balance within each of us, we're contributing to the collective, the peace and balance and harmony of the collective. So we can only really focus on what we can control, which is ourselves, the way we respond, the way we feel, and how we handle situations. That has the ability to completely transform the situation. So avoiding conflict at this time. So connecting with this eclipse energy from a loving and compassionate place, more from the heart space. That's the whole consciousness shift, right? Living more from your heart, less from your ego, more from the heart space, having compassion for people, feeling more connected to the people. You might have more intense dreams, anxiety, ear ringing. Your intuition is heightened this time. You might find clarity on things that you didn't find clarity on. When these things come up, everything that comes up right now for the eclipse, pay attention to what comes up. Take notes, pay attention to patterns, journal, whatever, and meditate. You'll get more clarity. It's gonna maybe reveal things to you. Eclipses are times of revelation. Your creativity might also be heightened at this time. I'm not saying be burnt out, but maybe put time into creative projects. Maybe that aren't so intense, that feel like more you're in a flow state. So anything you can do to keep the peace and balance and stability within yourself. Being able to observe chaos without getting sucked into it and consumed by it. What is the chaos trying to teach you? If you find chaos in your life and the world around you, what can be learned from this? Being in a more observation state, not getting so triggered. So you can have sudden endings and beginnings, like I already said, that just happened after the 1010 portal, which you still are feeling the 1010 portal energy, which is all about endings and beginnings. I talked about the completion and rebirth cycle, right? I talked about the completion cycle. So this will show you new ways. It's a new energy, new beginnings, right? And the solar eclipse, which I forgot to mention, is also, these are always new moons. So it's also a time for new beginnings. It's going to really magnify relationships in general, whether it's friendships, relationships with families. Finding balance and equality in your relationships. You're not giving more than you're taking, you're not taking more than you're giving. Finding balance. So it might bring more awareness to that as well. Also during solar eclipses, karmic fated events can happen as well. And I said that kind of relates to the 1010 portal, what I talked about, being about being a karmic number as well. Even with endings come new beginnings, right? So it's good to do what you can to keep your vibration higher during this time. Be authentic, trust the process, and surrender. Surrender and trust the process. These things are coming. Whatever's coming up is coming up for a reason, so that you can evolve into who you're meant to be and be more aligned with your highest self. So it also you might be letting go of relationships or friendships, or maybe distancing yourself, setting boundaries from those relationships that don't serve you or that draining your energy. Also, seeing the bigger picture is a big theme too. Some of what's coming up, that's a slice of reality. That's a partial truth of what's going on, but there's always a wider perspective of reality. Even though you might seem like it's chaotic or you're stuck in a cycle or something, there's a bigger picture here. There's a bigger picture, and this is all connecting to something bigger. There's more events that will happen. Everything's connected, right? So just kind of don't assume that what you're seeing in front of you is all there is. There's always more than what meets the eye, right? It might trigger how you might show up in relationships as well. The intimacy in relationships, feeling confident, being authentic in relationships, that's a good thing, something to work on as well. So, and really journaling what's coming up for you. What do you desire out of life? What are you feeling? Connected to your deeper truth. What energy do you want to put out into the world and into our relationships? Maybe it might be, stepping in more into your purpose. This might bring more awareness on maybe what your purpose is or how you could step into your purpose more. Instead of looking at things from a view of duality and compromising, you can maybe collaborate with others. All about connection instead, not separation, unity consciousness. That's part of what the frequency shift is that's going on the planet anyway. Do what you can to stay grounded. Stay calm, cool, collective. Be aware of what's coming up. Be more the observer. Journal. Do things to keep you more level-headed during this time. Because you have more clarity on things when you're more level-headed anyway. So there might be messages that are coming up. Synchronicity, spirit guide trying to communicate. Whatever is going to come up for you. You can observe it more. You can get the message and receive when you're in a more stable state, not like emotionally balanced and everything. So make sure you're doing what you can to keep yourself balanced and stable and calm. And like I said, there is a lunar, and this eclipse energy and even the 1010 portal energy can be felt for a while. So do what you can to not burn yourself out. And, if you're feeling too emotional, if you need to sleep more, if you need to pull away from people more, do what you have to do. If you need to be more in solitude, whatever is going to bring you back to a more neutral state. And then there's a lunar eclipse coming up on the 28th of October. I'll make another video on that as well. I said that's more the feminine energy, the solar eclipse. This is more the masculine energy. That's all I have for today. If you like this content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I also have a Facebook group, an Instagram, and a TikTok. The links are in this video description and in my channel description. I also offer intuitive, transformational coaching. If you need help getting your life together, going through spiritual awakening, dark night of the soul, addiction issues, mental health issues, struggling with grief or trauma, or toxic relationships, anything like that, you know, I have a good amount of experience in those areas, and I really learned to become an alchemist and, you know, really transform my life for the better, learn how to transmute a lot of that energy, and, you know, work to becoming my best version and really improve my life. You know, I came from a really dark place, and I, you know, really was able to come up from all of that and, you know, really evolve from all of that. And I can help you as well. Have a good day. Namaste.